well, we saw another weekend of mixed conditions and unfortunately did end things a bit with that low-level smoke, leaving things a bit hazy with poor air quality for our evening hours yesterday. And as we start the morning, still really see much of the same, but good news though is that's remaining just mainly light smoke, so still likely keeping it throughout the morning, so still best to try to limit any outdoor activity, especially this morning, though notice how by the time I get to the afternoon, so just about 2 p.m., we start to see the smoke clearing on out, but the bad news though is it's not going to be back to sunshine. That smoke is clearing out quickly as we likely will see a more active pattern really start to set up for our day today, really giving us a chance for rain every day this week. So clear by the weekend, best chance for rain though likely for our day today as well as for our day on Thursday. Anything tomorrow or Friday is just going to be those early morning hours with sunshine likely throughout the rest of the day before free the precip and back to sunshine and the low 80s by the time we get to Saturday and by the time we get to Sunday. Those who start the morning looking across the Fort Henry Bridge, unfortunately still seeing a little bit of that haze with their temperatures in the upper 60s and their dew points in the low 60s as well. So good news, things very warm and sticky this morning, and unfortunately still dealing with air quality a bit in that unhealthy range. Still moderate, but becoming unhealthy, unfortunately, for much of the Panhandle, and especially like Carrollton, New Philadelphia, and Conshohocken, in that unhealthy range. So the best to limit any of that outdoor activity this morning. Try to keep it to 30 or 60 minutes or less. Temperatures, though, should max out in the low 80s this afternoon, like 83 here in Wheeling, as well as Steubenville, with our warm spot of 85 in the Chester, as well as St. Mary's, and our cool spot of 70 to Barnesville, as well as Woodsfield in New Martinsville. So hazy skies this morning, few pockets of sunshine, but we'll notice activity really start to amp up as we hit the afternoon. So by 2 p.m., just seeing clouds, a few showers, but watch how quickly we see these storms start to pop, especially by the time we get to just about 3 p.m. A few stronger storms, like from Steubenville through Pittsburgh, any of those could produce some small hail and some gusty winds. Another round trying to move on through Belmont into like Ohio, Marshall, and starting to move on into Noble. This activity, though, continues to pick up, so by 5 p.m., notice all the heavy showers and storms that likely move through the area. Know that any of these storms that are more isolated by themselves could produce some hail, but any of these stronger clusters, especially moving through like here in Wheeling, down through Moundsville and New Martinsville just after 5 p.m., good chance we could see some heavy downpours and some gusty winds with those. 8 p.m. should be our last round, but just notice that all the heavy rain likely moving through eastern Ohio and the Panhandle, so definitely watch for ponding on roadways, especially by the time we get towards dinner and sunset this evening. Midnight, though, cold front starts to move on through. Much of the activity wraps up, but don't be surprised by a stray shower, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder, but by the time you step out the door tomorrow morning, we should be free of any of the shower and storm activity. Just know that all of the area is in that marginal risk, so a 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. Our main threats will be for heavy downpours, but small hail and gusty winds cannot be ruled out. Just know that any of those storms that do pop up this afternoon could be a little bit strong to severe. Wednesday, Thursday, do see the return of those showers and storms, mainly for the afternoon hours. That activity wraps up early Friday morning with clearer skies likely throughout the day before back to sunshine and the low 80s Friday on Saturday and for our day on Sunday.